Hey everybody, and welcome to the King of Shadows 1111 YouTube channel. This is Queen of Light 1111 here with your Monday energy reading. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you also have already watched the Queen of Light 1111 YouTube video that I just did for Divine Feminine. If you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to Queen of Light 1111.com. Let's get started with the bottom of the deck for Divine Masculine. Nine of Swords, suffering in silence. Three Cups, third parties. Queen of Pentacles. So, Queen of Earth. What we are getting here for Divine Masculine's theme of his reading today as related to his Divine Feminine is he's suffering. Not only is he suffering in third-party connections, he's suffering in this energy of not being able to be with his Divine Feminine. There's this energy here where he's not able to be with his stable divine love partner, Queen of Pentacles, right? He may be in another connection and he's stressed out about that. He's also stressed that that connection is hindering him from moving forward to his feminine. So there's a lot of suffering going on. Now, Nine of Swords is what we got in the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry, in Divine Feminine's environment. Awaiting results, Nine of Swords. Right? There's this energy here where she's like, waiting for these results is stressing me out. Waiting for him to come forward and communicate, stressing me out. I got to release that. And sure enough, he's the one who's projecting this and Feminine's picking it up and it's stressing her out too. There's so much connectivity. There's so much mirroring happening. And not only is he stressed about his feminine, he's stressed about being in the karmic connection. So what's his overall energy towards his divine feminine? Kali, goddess of destruction. So divine masculine, and it's interesting because divine feminine got the goddess of rage. She's releasing her rage, releasing her anger. And sure enough, he's feeling it as Kali. Now, I know that when Kali comes out, people get scared. But Kali is fierce. Kali Ma is awesome. I cannot praise and adore and admire Kali Ma enough. She's a mother figure who is not afraid to dish out the tough love to bring in the corrections that are of the highest benefit to her children. She's the goddess of destruction, but let me tell you, there's no destruction of you or of your soul, or although you may change shape or form, the core of who you are remains underneath. And in spite of the things that you experience that seem like failure from your vantage point, your higher self, your truest self is going to come out. You are no longer going to be restricted and buried under debris that is constricting you from being the person that you're supposed to be. So his overall energy towards his divine feminine is he is feeling fiery energies of destruction. He's going through a tower as related to his feminine. And while it is very, very uncomfortable for him, he knows, or maybe he doesn't right now, when the dust settles, he will be the most shining and truest version of himself. So that the new foundation that he is trying to establish and put down in his own journey is going to be one that is going to be stable. Kali Ma is coming in and destroying anything that's not meant to be. And masculine is feeling that. And so maybe a masculine at this time feels like, oh my God, this connection is like completely crumbled and I'm stressed out. I don't know how to crumble, the karmic connection to rebuild this one. I don't know how, I know that this connection with my feminine is completely crumbled because I chose the karmic connection. So he's just in an energy where he's suffering in silence. He's not happy in the third party connection. He's not happy in the twin flame, what's happening with his twin flame. He's just miserable right now. So what is he thinking when he thinks of his feminine firm foundation? He wants to lay down a firm foundation. He's very aware that he needs to build a better foundation in order to be with his twin flame, in order to be with the one. in his heart space, he knows he needs to speak his truth. He knows he needs to speak his truth to move forward, but he is in ego right now. He's standing alone on his journey right now. He's isolated himself from his feminine right now because he's not in his mastery to speak his truth yet. And why? Because in his environment, he's trying to gain the spiritual strength. He's licking his wounds. This is 9 of Wands energy. He's in this energy of, licking his wounds. He's trying to, regain his strength to come forward and communicate about what broke down, the tornado card. He's trying to gain his strength to come forward, but he's a total wreck right now. Where is he at in his own personal journey? 4 of Roses, views of the ego. I am not at all surprised that this has come out. Not at all surprised. And plus, we are in Mercury retrograde now. So what is his energy? I'm sorry, this is the Akashic Tarot. Where is he at on his own journey? Views of the ego. You see these 3 people standing, looking at the person in the mirror? The man in the center, right? This person, he's looking at himself. And here's the other people, 2 other people here, right? This could be feminine, this could be karmic. And he's looking at himself in the mirror, feeling pretty darn superior. And so when this card comes out, this is him really starting to understand his thoughtlessness, his selfishness or thoughtlessness in love, in friendships, in family, in business. He's starting to understand his self-absorption. And he's starting to understand how this ego has created issues in his relationships. And he is starting to realize that the people that leave him leave because he's not changing, because he's an ego, because everything is about him. Where is he at in his connection with divine feminine as far as his contract is concerned? 5 of Scrolls. This is interesting that we're getting 5 of Scrolls here. It's called diversity. So when this card comes out, this is about looking at his options. This is about allowing himself to try new things, new places, learn new subjects, break out in different directions, meet new people. This is about him looking outside this connection, which he's doing, we know this. But he's using this time as a period of expansion. It's helping him turn into a brand new him. So this is a lot like that 7 of Cups energy, right? It's a lot like the energy of let me look at my options, let me diversify, let me meet new people, let me do new things. So while divine feminine's in this energy of really staying true to her light and going through this transcendence and this initiation and ascension, masculine's here on the 3D plane, looking at his options, understanding his ego. But whether or not he learns the lessons to be determined, I really won't know that until after this retrograde. What is his energy towards the karmic? Well, let's look at the bottom of the deck for him first. We have the Moon card. Fear, uncertainty. There's this energy of deception, communication. This whole karmic connection is very, very mysterious. It's very uncertain. It's based on fear. It's based on illusion. And that's how they move forward in their communication. But he's really looking to liberate himself from this. Where do we get that? Right here in his environment as related to his feminine. He's trying to get the strength to communicate an ending, right? He wants to communicate about the ending with feminine, but he's trying to gain the strength to communicate an ending to the karmic. He's not doing it. He's not doing it. He's not completely ending the cycle yet. And that's because his overall energy towards the karmic is fear. It's so interesting that I use the divine masculine and feminine deck. And in this energy of masculine and feminine, we got the goddess cards. But the energy of karmic, we've got the shadow card. And here we got the shadow card for his overall energy towards the karmic. So although it may seem that hate is the opposite of love, it is in fact that fear that counters love. He is holding on to someone because of fear. He's just in this energy of not being in his strength, and it's very disappointing. Very disappointing. He's trapping himself in a connection because he's scared, because he's not in his courage. And so in his overall energy towards the karmic, there's a fear of loss. There's a fear of action. There's fear in general, fear of being alone. When he thinks about the karmic, what is he thinking? There's this energy of the Emperor and the Queen of Cups and the Lily. I frankly feel like the Emperor is the karmic. I feel like masculine is in this energy of trying to control his emotions or feel like his emotions are controlled. But that's because he's allowing it. And he's not developing. I feel like she's right now controlling his development because he is allowing her to. It's not the karmic's fault. It's masculine's lesson. In the heart space, there's this energy of love that he's in and out of, in and out of. You know, sometimes you'll see that, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I like the karmic. Maybe I want to be with the karmic. And then sometimes he's just like, yeah, nope, I'm hot and cold. I'm hot and cold. And so in his heart space, he knows he has to end that. He has to take responsibility for his decisions. He has to put up some boundaries. In his environment as related to the karmic, here we have the Knight of Swords, the World card, and the Queen of Pentacles. That's divine feminine. So in his environment towards the karmic, that's what he's working on as related to feminine. And in his environment towards feminine, we see the karmic energy. In the environment as related to the karmic, we see feminine. There's an energy of wanting to move forward with communication so that he can complete something with his divine feminine. Because remember, Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck for masculine. We have the same card here in the environment for his energy towards the karmic. It's almost like the karmic and the feminine are kind of meshing for masculine. Like there's some parts of feminine that he sees in the karmic. And there's some, and vice versa. So it's like he gets confused. Although here in his head space and in his heart space, he knows. But in his environment, in his 3D reality, it's jumbled up and it has a lot to do with his ego. So what's his energy towards, what's the contract? Where is he at as related to the karmic? Four of Forces. So now this says spring and autumn. So this is a very creative period. So right now he's going to be required to take action, to pay attention, to work hard towards his goal. Is he going to plant hope and happiness? Or is he going to harvest lessons? So it's interesting that we have this card because we don't know, are we going to harvest lessons or are we going to plant more and create more with the karmic? Time will tell. We are in Mercury retrograde. Things have slowed down. Fear is stepped in. He's working through his ego. This is exactly why Divine Feminine, our intuitive high priestess, knows it's time to move on. Let go of any wishes and dreams as related to masculine because you don't need the stress and anxiety. You don't need the drama. You don't need it. If you guys want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.